Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we will discuss the anatomy and physiology of the skin. Skin is the largest organ of the human body and has surface area of about 1.5 to 2 meters square. It covers the entire body and provides protection against external physical and mechanical factors. Skin has two structural layers that are epidermis and dermis. Below the dermis, there is an additional fatty layer which consists of areolar and adipose tissue. This layer is known as subcutaneous layer or hypodermis. This subcutaneous layer provides protection to the underlying structures and helps in attaching the skin to these underlying structures that are muscles and bones. Let's discuss the structural features of the epidermis. Epidermis is the most superficial layer of the skin and consists of stratified keratinized squamous epithelium. There are no blood vessels and nerve endings in the epidermis and it gets its nutrients and oxygen from the dermis. There are various types of the cells present in the epidermis which includes keratinocytes, the most abundant and dominant cells of the epidermis. They produce the protein keratin, that is an important protein for the functioning of the skin. Melanocytes, which produce the pigment melanin. This pigment melanin determines the skin color and helps in the protecting the skin from the ultraviolet radiations of the sunlight. Langerhans cells. These cells helps in the immunity functioning against the microorganisms. Merkel cells, which is involved in the sense of touch. These cells are arranged in the layers of the epidermis, and the epidermis has five layers, which are the most deepest layer is the stratum basal or germinative layer, where cells continuously produce through mitosis. Next to this basal layer is the stratum spinosum layer. Next to stratum spinosum is the granular layer, that is stratum granulosum. Next to this granular layer is the thick layer, that is stratum lucidum, and this layer is only present in the thick skin like palms of the hand and soles of the feet. The most superficial layer is the stratum corneum. Cells from the basal layer move upward into the most superficial layer, stratum corneum, where they shed off. Dermis is elastic and tough. It is made by connective tissue and its matrix consists of collagen and elastic fibers. It provides strength, elasticity, and nourishment to the skin. It has two main parts: the thin papillary layer, which consists of loose connective tissue, and thick reticular layer, which consists of dense connective tissue. Structures that are found in the dermis are blood vessels, which includes arteries and veins. Various nerve endings or sensory receptors are present that are sensitive to touch, pain, temperature, and pressure. These sensory receptors or nerve endings includes Meissner's corpuscle that are sensitive to light pressure, Pacinian corpuscle that are sensitive to deep pressure, and there are also various free nerve endings that are sensitive to pain. The part of the hair that is visible on the skin surface is the hair shaft, and the remaining part of the hair that is in the dermis is the hair root. The base of the hair root is the hair bulb, which contains dividing cells, and the base of the hair bulb is the hair papilla. Hair follicle is the sheath of connective tissue that covers the hair root. There are various bundles of the smooth muscle fibers known as arrector pili muscles that are attached to these hair follicles. When these muscles contract, they make the hair stand erect and raises the skin and the process known as goose fleshing, and it happens in response to sympathetic stimulation in case of fear and cold situations. Various species glands that are also attached to the hair follicles produce sebum that helps in the lubrication of the skin and the hair. It also has antimicrobial properties, so help in the protecting against microorganisms. It protects the skin and the hair from drying. Numerous sweat glands are present in the dermis that produce the sweat. Main function of this sweat is the regulation of human body temperature. Let's talk about the functions of the skin. Skin plays various important functions, which includes protection. One of the most important function of the skin is the protection. It acts as a physical barrier to the invading microorganisms, mechanical injuries, various chemicals, and ultraviolet radiations of the skin. Melanin is the pigment that is present in the skin, and it protects the skin from the ultraviolet effects of the sunlight. Keratin, that is protein, is also present in the skin, and it helps make the skin strong and waterproof. Immune defense. Skin is the first line of defense against invading microorganisms. It also contains the immune cells such as Langerhans cells, which provides immunity against microorganisms. Temperature regulation. One of the most important functions of the skin is the regulation of human body temperature, and it happens through various mechanisms. When body is too hot, like in summer season, then sweat gland produce excessive sweating. In this way, skin help in removing extra heat from the body. In the same case, when body is too hot, then blood vessels in the skin dilate and it allows the heat to leave from the body. In case of winter season, when body is too cold, then the blood vessels in the skin constrict and it help in preserving the heat inside the body. Vitamin D synthesis. 7-dehydrocholesterol is the precursor for the synthesis of vitamin D, and it is present in the skin. When skin is exposed to the sunlight, then this precursor is converted into the vitamin D. So skin help in the synthesis of vitamin D that is important for bone health. Sensation. Skin is the main sensory organ of human body. It contains various nerve endings or sensory receptors that are sensitive to touch, temperature, pain and pressure. Excretion. Skin plays a role as the minor excretory organ, and it happens through the sweating. Sweat contains water, salts, ammonia and urea, so skin helps in the excretion of some waste in form of sweating. Absorption. Skin has little absorptive capacity. For example, when we administer drug as the transdermal patch, then skin absorb this drug. Let's summarize all this lecture. Skin is the largest organ of the human body. It has two structural layers that are epidermis, that is the most superficial layer and consists of stratified keratinized squamous epithelium. Below the epidermis is the dermis, that is made up of connective tissue and contains elastic and collagen fibers. Structures that are present in the dermis are blood vessels, sensory nerve endings, hair, arrector pili muscles, sebaceous glands, and sweat glands. Below the dermis is the fatty layer, that is subcutaneous layer or hypodermis. Skin plays various important functions such as protection by acting as the physical barrier, providing immune defense, temperature regulation, synthesis of vitamin D, sensation, excretion, and absorption. If you found my video helpful, then kindly subscribe, like, and share my channel. Thank you for watching.